Oh, I had it turned around.
Who just touched me?
Sorry. I'm dead inside, dude.
So today we've got a video showing the installation of a new trans cooler for a 2006 Duramax, and also the Felice Performance cooling lines for the transmission. So as many of you might know, or maybe not know, is really 2001 to 2010, the Allison, or the lines from the Allison transmission to the transmission cooler and to the side of the radiator are not really the best. They show age pretty badly. So this is just like a quick installation video. This is not like factory hardware, and by no stretch of the imagination either side. So we're gonna do a quick installation, try to show every piece of it, try to be as thorough as possible, and we'll see what you think. All right, so we've got everything out of the box. I was actually not expecting this, but these are just glorified hydraulic lines. But I mean, they're huge compared to the factory. Maybe we can get a side-by-side comparison. And this is the cooler. And as well, it is huge compared to the factory. Here, follow me over here real quick, Zach. So this is the factory sitting in there. And this is the size difference. As you can tell, it's quite a bit bigger. And bigger is always better.
First thing we're going to do to start this install, or disassembly rather, is we're going to pull off these plastic little retainer clips off of the front of these lines. And then we're going to grab a pick and pull out the retainer clip.
You got to find the... Yeah, so this clip does not go all the way around. So you just find where it ends, and you can kind of pick it off. There you go. All right, we're clipless. So now we've got to get a wrench and get these off. FYI, if you're going to keep your cooler and you were just doing cooling lines, you would need to be careful because this is aluminum and it'll crack very easily on the sides of this like little post here. So just like I said, just to repeat it once for clarity, if you are keeping your cooler, because obviously we're not because you saw the title of the video, but if you are keeping your cooler, you got to be very careful with this because like I said, I've seen so many people crack them because this is aluminum. So whenever you go to torque this off, if you're keeping your cooler, be very, very, very careful. All right, so you're going to take your crescent wrench or the exact size of whatever this is, and you're going to loosen it up. So let's see if we can get it. Oh, see, look, I just broke it. So this is exactly what I was talking about. So if you're keeping your cooler, you're going to have to be very, very careful because that took zero strength at all for it to just rip it completely off. Thank God we bought another cooler. So on further examination, as you can see, it ripped. Like I said, I wasn't being very careful because I didn't plan on keeping this cooler, and I can't imagine anyone would have wanted to buy it from me, but they're definitely not going to want to buy it from me now. So let's see, and I hope I'm not going the wrong way, but as you can see, that should brace up against there. Yeah, there we go, so it loosened. So it's literally on there tight enough to where if you give it any torque at all, it can rip that piece of aluminum. So like I said, if you're wanting to keep your cooler, you definitely need to be more careful than me. But I've just got this thing braced up against this transmission bracket, or this, I'm trying to think of a word for it, but I basically just have this thing braced up against this piece of metal. So then whenever I go to turn it, it doesn't torque it and just keep spinning the aluminum off. All right, so here we go. Here goes the second half of this. So like I said, this is all in the idea if you're keeping your stock cooler, but actually even if you're not keeping it, because you saw me twist off the right side so quick. So there you go. So we're just kind of bracing it with this second crescent wrench and then taking it off with this one in my right hand. And FYI, you really don't need to take your bumper off to do this. The only reason my bumper's off is because I hit a deer, as you can see. All right.
Now that we have undone the transmission lines into the cooler, we've got two 10mm bolts that we have got to remove. One on each side. They come off very easily. Make sure you do not lose this clip that is behind the transmission cooler because we are going to reuse it on the new one. Next thing you're gonna do is gonna grab your pry tool, and we're going to pry off where the previous transmission lines were at. I don't know if we're gonna reuse that or not. We'll find out very shortly. And then after that, you just pick up and here's your cooler. These are these clips that I was talking about we wanna reuse. Those are gonna be reused on the new PPE pan. So.
Just as a quick size comparison.
This one's about 1 1/4 inches. This one is almost 2 inches thick now. And these right here, these holes, there's brackets that are in the box we haven't put on yet that are similar to what these two are. That is where we're gonna put these 2 clips. Make sure you are draining this because this will spill absolutely all over you. These 2 are the clips you want. If you'll just pull your plier, and then you'll lose it in the gravel. Same thing on this side. Reach in, oops, reach in. And then thankfully this one didn't fall off, but there we go. Next step is we're gonna have to find the clip that we lost. It's gonna be about a 30-minute process trying to find. Luckily I found it. But if you drop it in the gravel, good luck. While the previous one was a joke, this one, we dropped one of the Allen bolts. And now we're playing a game of hide and seek, and the bolt is kicking our tail.
I could actually cry right now.
20 minutes later.
Oh, it's right here!
How did you see that?
I don't know, I'm good at looking for little tiny things.
Okay, so I've got everything out of the box. There's really not that much in the box. We got 2 Allen bolts right here. I'm sure you can get up closer. 2 Allen bolts, and we've got 2 little brackets. And everything's out of the box, so we don't need that anymore. So I'm gonna start to install these brackets. And I would imagine they go like this, and I promise you I will correct myself if they don't. So I'm just gonna get them started here, then I'm gonna go find a Allen tool. Like I said, if I have it on backwards, I will definitely let you know. So I'm gonna leave these a little loose, but I'm kind of lining them up and tightening them down a little bit, but I'm leaving them a little loose, that way whenever we put it in there, we can kind of move it around. All right, so as you can see, the transmission cooler was pushed back into the air condition condenser, and it made a decent impression. It's not leaking anywhere, so I think we're gonna be okay. As you can see, it also hit this side as well. But like I said, yet again, it is not leaking and the AC is cold, so I'm gonna leave it for now. Probably will regret it, and I will definitely let you know if I regret it, but I'll probably regret it. But we're leaving it for now. So you might have to force this out of here. There might be a tool for it. I'm not aware of it, but you just kind of gotta, there we go, and we're out. So now we got both the rubber grommets that Josh said that we didn't have out.
Don't listen to him.
We got our grommets. So we're gonna put one right here. It's in.
All right.
Did you just lick that?
I sure did, and it tasted so disgusting.
This is for all the people that say being a car mechanic's easy work. You know what? It's actually pushing up against the radiator. That's why it's being so hard to get in.
Is it supposed to be on this one, or is it supposed to be on that side?
I mean, Josh, there's not another place for it. It's kind of got to be right there.
Can we unscrew it, Bushy? Yeah, that'd be an awkward angle.
I guess technically you can unscrew that and push it back. I don't know actually why it'd be.
Why is it cattywampus?
Why would it be like that? That is a good question.
Oh, brackets are shipped and installed, but will need to be reinstalled as shown to fit properly.
The reason that this did look cattywampus, as you probably just heard Josh said, is because they ship it that way. I guess to fit it in the foam better, I guess. So we just slide this up. That makes a lot more, look at that.
I ought to punch you in the throat. So once you get your little grommets on your new PPE cooler, we are going to line up the cooler with these 2 holes. Those little grommets we put, the rubber is going to go in this hole and then the one on this other end. So if Noah will come in and start to install.
All right, so you're gonna have to kind of do it at an angle here. Push it up and then line up your 2 holes and we're in, I think.
Make sure to start them by hand so you don't cross thread and break those little clips. They are very finicky. Next, you're going to take your 10mm ratchet and ratchet her down. Snug.
So just snug, right?
It just snug, because if you do too much torque, you end up breaking that clip.
Okay, we are in. Man, that thing like...
That is huge.
Because we got those hydraulic lines, those new hydraulic lines for the transmission lines, we got to remove these because these are meant for, as you can see right here, the factory to go into the factory. So now I've got to remove that for the next step. So we're trying to be uber careful right here. And for some reason, every time we try to run these in, it feels like it's cross-threading. This side over here went in just fine, which makes it ever more frustrating. Now we're sitting here just fiddle farting around with this. So we've run into a bit of a crossroads here. You gotta love trying to take something off without taking anything else off, but I think we're at a point where it's impossible. So I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but the bottom one's gonna be back where my finger's touching. And this should be the intercooler right here. So we're gonna pop this bad boy. Well, first we're gonna take this bracket off, and then we're gonna pop this off. And that should give us plenty of room to do what we need to do, I hope. Well, here we are again. I'm another defeated man. We realized that we wanted to try to do it with taking off the least amount as possible, but this is where we are. So we took off the intercooler piping. For love of everything, we do not want to take off that because I do not want to have to drain the coolant. So, fingers crossed. We're gonna have to unscrew this and unscrew this. Is the next step, but there is a framing here that we had to take off, which is right here. So here, I'll give you a good idea. Hold on. So this framing sits in here like this. So that's how that framing sits in there. So we took that framing off just so we could get more access, because without the cooler, with the cooler on and the intercooler pipe on, I don't think there was a physical way we could have got in there. What do you think, Josh?
Oh, there's no way. Absolutely no way. Especially you having the HSP kit, it just took up so much real estate in the engine bay.
So now that we're where we're at, we're going to go ahead and start working on actually hooking up the transmission hoses. So first, we're going to start with this top one, or what? I don't know. What do you think?
I think that's good. That's the. With that one being the shortest one, that'd be our easiest one to get going. That set the cadence for the rest of the install.
So that's what we'll do. We'll change that one first.
One of the things you need to do here is on one of your AN fittings, you need to put two of them. You have got a wash that needs to go on, but you need to pull your O-ring off. So what we're going to do is we pull the O-ring off. We're going to put this on, and then we're going to roll the O-ring back on.
And a pick really helps with that. Using a pick to take that piece of rubber, the rubber seal off.
This transmission line is not going to come out through the bottom. You have to fish it through the top. One thing you're going to make sure you're going to lose a bunch of coolant.
There's a little cutout right there, Josh, for that to slide in there. Are you sure this is supposed to fish out the top?
Well, that's what the internet said.
Oh. Right now, we are taking that top one off first, and that might be the absolute wrong way to do it, and I guess y'all will find out. But we're gonna take that top one off first, and that one goes to the driver's side of the driver's side of the transmission cooler. So that's what I'm gonna do now, and I'll let you know how it goes. So I want to talk about something. Out of all the little clips and stuff I watched of someone doing this exact upgrade, maybe none of them had a 5-inch exhaust, and I'll give them that. But I really don't know what to do right here. I'm going to try to bend it or cut it or something because I have other upgraded lines. But I mean, if you already have a 5-inch exhaust and you're wanting to just change your trans cooler, I mean, I guess you could do that. But if you had a 5-inch exhaust and you're trying to do what I'm trying to do, you're gonna run into some fun because, like I said, that's my exhaust right there, and that is right here. That is the transmission line. And as you can see, I've got it all the way out. It's dripping pretty steadily, but there's nowhere to move it. So I don't know. I'm gonna figure something out. I'll let you know. This out. So then we had to take the clamp off the exhaust and pull the exhaust out. to be able to pull this top transmission line. Yeah, keep going, keep going. Keep going? Question mark? I don't know where you went. Keep going. Push it a little bit harder. Actually, hold on. Pause. Always have a clean work area. All right, go, go, go. Can you get it? Can you go any further? Another thing too, this would be kind of rough with one person, I'll tell you. Wait, back up, back up. We're in a bind here. Okay, now go straight.
You're going above.
Go ahead.
You're there you go.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What? Where am I supposed to go from here? Wait, I think we're out. I think we're as far as we need to be.
All right, well, I gotta.
You can go ahead and screw that in.
All right.
If you can reach it.
How are we doing down here?
It's it. I've got it.
Get it. Come on, get it, get it. All right.
Brother, we have so much. You could have fleshed it out that way.
No, you couldn't. It wouldn't
Couldn't?
fit. It
Okay.
would not fit.
I'll trust you.
Oh, you know what?
Wait, go under. Wait, no, there is no under. Just kidding. Just as a PSA, do not remove both the top and the bottom of the transmission lines on the radiator at the same time, and this is what you see is the result of that. You end up breaking a suction on the inside of the radiator, and we're pouring coolant absolutely everywhere. At this time, we are dumbfounded of why, and just keep watching.
So what happened was there's a filter in the radiator for the transmission fluid to come in. And there's like the filter's just like a wire screen and it catches stuff. So it caught rocks. And the rocks was preventing us from tightening the fitting. So every time we went in there, it wasn't tightened. So I'd take it back out, put my finger in there trying to get all the dirt and debris out of there, and try it again. And I tried that over and over again. And finally, whenever I was doing it, something shifted and the coolant started going everywhere. So we screwed the radiator, I'm sure. I'm guessing there's no way to fix it. And now we're just gonna rag everything up and then call it a day because there's nothing else we can do. I mean, we don't have a radiator sitting anywhere unless you got one in the back of your truck.
I don't have a truck. I have a Jeep. A Juck.
So the moral of the story is I only lose.